This is Kawai. So there's been lots of misunderstandings about introverts. And just because someone is quiet doesn't mean that he's an introvert. Or just because someone is walking down the street and talking to every single person that he sees doesn't mean that he's an extrovert. Okay, he might be walking down the street and talking to every person that he sees like the bird, like parrot singing into your ears. And he might still be an introvert. You know why? Because when he gets back home, he's quiet like a mute parrot. He doesn't even make a sound anymore. Even when you throw him a birthday party, like when you jump out of the surprise cake, his reaction won't be like, so much surprise. His reaction won't be like that. He will just be like, okay. That's all the reaction that you're gonna get. Introverts doesn't just mean that he's quiet all the time. Okay, introverts might be sociable from time to time. He might talk to everybody that he sees, but still he might be an introvert. It all depends on how he gains his energy from. Okay, they might like to be sociable from time to time. They might like to talk to people from time to time, but they don't gain energy from that. When they are talking to every single person that they see, then their energy drains. So they have to be quiet again. When they get home at night, then they will be really quiet. And then they will feel more relaxed. They don't feel relaxed talking to every single person all the time. That's not how they are. Okay, that's extroverts. So it's different. But just because they are introverts doesn't mean that they are quiet all the time. Okay, they might be sociable. They might be more talkative than an extrovert sometimes. Okay, you can shut them out. But they are still introverts. And when you are talking to introverts, when you see an introvert and you might think that he's an introvert, then if you are talking to the introvert, then try as much as you can to avoid small talks. Okay, guys, because they hate small talks. Okay, they hate it so much. Small talks are like, how are you? Or like, what did you do this morning? What did you eat this morning? Okay, they hate it so much. What are you doing asking all those questions? Are you writing a diary on him? Dude, are you writing a diary like his biography something? Dude, stop having small talks, okay? And they tend to think a lot. When you are asking them about all of those things and when you're talking to them, their minds are working a lot, okay? They are thinking about lots of things. They are thinking about every single thing around them. Okay, they are literally thinking about everything. Even if you drop a pencil like this, they might be thinking about the movement of the hand and the gravity working together to make the pencil drop. Okay, that's how much they overthink. They tend to overthink all the time. Okay, and when you talk to them, talk about serious topics. Okay, talk about their dreams or your dreams or the goals or life goals, and talk about life or philosophies and the books that they read, or the vacations that you guys want to go on together, or every single thing. Okay, talk about big things. Don't talk about what did you eat this morning. Don't talk about those. Okay, and don't ask much about them. They don't feel comfortable talking to you. Okay, if you are asking too much about them. Okay, because if you're asking too much about them, then they will just be too uncomfortable, like they don't want to talk back to you. Okay, they're just talking back to you because they don't want to be rude. Okay, they're just talking back because they don't want to get out of there and be awkward the next time that they see you. So they're just talking back to you because they don't want to be rude. Okay, guys, so don't ask them like, how are you? They'll just answer to you like, fine. What did you do this morning? Woke up. What did you eat this morning? Breakfast. They will just answer like that. Okay, because they don't like small talks. They will be so uncomfortable. Like they might even be wishing that you didn't even exist because they didn't want to get into that small talk. Okay, that's how much they hate small talk. So talk about really serious stuff. Okay, and guys, when you're talking to introverts, most introverts don't talk that much. Okay, when you're talking, they will just be sitting there and listening to you, really listening to you. Okay, they are awesome listeners. They are really awesome in listening. They don't talk at all. They just listen. When you're talking to them, you might have to do 80% of the talking. Okay, they will be listening 80% of the time, and then replying to you 20%. Okay, they might not even talk about themselves. Okay, most of them don't talk about themselves. They might be asking you questions, and you might be telling them stories and stories and stories of yourself 80% of the time, and they might not even get bored, because when you're talking about things to them, then lots of things are going on in their minds. They are thinking about things. They are imagining what you're telling them. When you're telling them stories, they don't just listen to stories. Okay, they are imagining their story happening in their minds. That's how their minds work. Okay, that's how they work. Don't misunderstand them, guys. So if you were talking to an introvert, and suppose that you guys just met, so you make 80% of the conversations, and then he asks you 20% of the time. So, and then when you guys get home, when he goes home, and when you go home to when you guys part and just go on your own ways, then don't think that he didn't like you. Okay, because it's not that they are not interested. They just prefer to listen more than talking. Okay, so they just listen. That doesn't mean that they are not interested in you. Okay, you don't have to lean on the wall singing to some adult songs and be so sad about things. Okay, they might be dreaming about you in the bed. Okay, so don't overthink about them. Okay, they tend to overthink, but it's not your responsibility. Stop making them feel like there's something wrong with them. Okay, so when you see them like they don't talk much, or they're so quiet, sitting alone in a class, don't go up to them and tell them to talk more. Why aren't you talking more? Talk more. Okay, you have to be sociable. Talk more. Why are you so quiet? So he's so weird. Dude, don't do that. Okay, you're making them feel bad about themselves. That's their life. That's how they are. That's how they live. Okay, it's not your business. It's none of your business. So cut it out. Okay, just stay away from them if you don't like them. Okay, so just leave them alone. And also, to all the introverts, you don't have to change anything. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, just develop yourself and be better. Okay, be better than the extroverts. Then everyone's better, and if you are developing constantly, then you will be a better person. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to be an extrovert to be successful in life or anything. Okay, just be an introvert and be better than the extroverts. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.